Welcome to Inside the Honors College, where we believe that wisdom and virtue is found when we learn together. Join us as we take an inside look at a community dedicated to educating the next generation of disciples and scholars. I'm Abby DeVos.
And I'm Taina Esteves. And as I keep hearing that intro, I feel like one time we're going to just misarticulate the dedication of community educated to next generation. And I feel like I just wanted to let the audience know that we say it fresh every time. These are not pre-recorded
Not
things.
pre-recorded. It's always fear when that rolls
exactly.
off your tongue. It's always fear.
Exactly.
But we're taking a look at a community that does that today.
Exactly. Yeah, especially because we're talking to the Honors College people. So I just want to make sure that in light of this entire project, wanting to make sure that students can know the inner workings of the offices that are available to them, I thought it was great getting to sit down with our bosses, technically, as employees of the Honors College, and kind of hear and see like their willingness and openness to want to engage with our students and knowing that there are resources and stuff like that. So it was great. I'm looking forward for everyone to get to hear what they had to say.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, Ty, seeing what they're passionate about within the office and getting to share that with us and encourage us to be engaged in these different ways and what we can be engaged in. I just love the honors community so much.
Yeah.
And for these resources to be presented to get involved makes me really excited.
Absolutely. Well, without further ado, let's get right into it. Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for being here with me. Ladies, gentlemen, and peoples of the Honors College, we are with two of the most influential people in our college, Miss Rhonda Roberts and Curtis Isozaki. If you two could please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Roberts, and I'm the executive assistant in the Honors College, which basically means I work in the office.
And our honors mom, I feel like we should just throw in there. I feel like it's just a holistic fact that everyone comes to Rhonda for everything. Anyway.
Honestly, I don't know what two people you're talking about because Taina, you, and Rhonda are some of the most amazing people that I know, and it's a joy to show up to work every day. I'm Curtis Isozaki, Director of Strategic Initiatives and Enrollment here in the Honors College, and I have the opportunity and privilege to journey with students into the university, at it, and from it through the admissions process, through marketing, engagement, and student events, which is so fun. We had a fireside chat the other day with the president of the university that we've had for a long time. And then we also had an awesome Honors College Scholars event recently, which was fun. But one of the great joys is seeing people go from APU as an alumni. And so alumni engagement is also part of my role.
Beautiful. So kind of getting into more of our fun questions, because there's so much, even just hearing from your guys' introductions, there's so much that the Honors College office can help provide students within their journey, but wanting to make sure that students kind of know who their office is and the heart behind it, we'll start with some little fun questions. So first off, does the office offer any snacks? Or as Curtis likes to call them, snackies.
We love the snackies, Rhonda.
Oh, yes. Usually if you come into the office, there'll be something on the counter up for grabs. So it might be something sweet. It might be something savory. There's generally hot water for tea.
It's fixed now.
We also occasionally host the afternoon tea, and that's a great time to come get some free cup of tea and visit with other honor students and faculty.
Yeah. Now, between the both of you, we'll say, just because I know we have a lot of other stuff to talk about as well, between the both of you, what are 3 words that you guys would use to describe the honors office?
All right. My 3 would be hospitable.
Oh, sounds sweet.
Helpful. Hub.
There we go. Thank you. I was like, Rhonda, please make it another age. Please.
Tell us about the hub. What do you mean by hub?
Yeah, hub is a nice one.
So hub. So I guess I visualize the office as the kind of place where it all begins and also the place we keep coming back to. We connect. At any given time, you may walk into the office and there may be a few student staff working. Curtis and or I will be there. The dean, Dr. Weeks, a faculty member too. We may be having some deep conversation or just laughing and chatting it up. So it's just a great connecting place.
Yeah, no, I love Hub. That's nice. That's a nice one. Curtis, what you got?
I got inspiring, creative, and innovative.
Innovative. Okay, inspiring, creative, Creative and innovative. I needed another I.
And I gotta talk about the creative piece because I'm in a room with a bunch of s'mores here, and I wanted to contribute to the snack question. And yesterday I was like, hey, our office was just kind of chilling and like we needed a break. And so we just took all the things from the s'mores and went out to the fireplace. I think that might be a thing this fall semester and spring semester. So look on Instagram. We are going to probably have some spontaneous s'mores hangs just right outside the commons, right in between classes. So take a look out for that fun, creative, innovative, and inspiring events for time together.
That was a nice one. That was a nice one. Yeah, that was good. Out of the box. Yeah.
Oh, and then, like the graham crackers.
Exactly. Our final fun question will be, do you have a favorite part about your office? Now, it can be your personal office or it can be about the hub in general.
Okay. Well, I think I referred to the connecting point piece. I think for me, that's my favorite thing. Because I'm not out going to classes, going to colloquy, lectures very often. And so this is kind of my chance to see the community as it passes through the office. And so I would say that's my favorite. And one of my most favorite aspects of that is our student staff and the opportunity to spend that time with our students in kind of a formative way that's different from the formation you might be having in the classroom. So
absolutely.
Okay, so I have a quick movie snob Marvel quote test. Where does this quote come from?
Oh, wait, you're testing me.
Yes. Okay, are you ready?
No, I'm ready.
So the Honors College quote is not a place, it is a people.
It is not a place, it's a people. No, I know that.
From?
Yes, no, I know that. Oh no.
Grab the Walkman, start walking.
It's not a place, it's a people. Is this Guardians?
It's not Guardians.
No, I was like,
it's not Guardians.
No, it is like place and people. Why? My mind.
I messed up on it. It's not Guardians. It's not Guardians.
Now my
it's Thor. It's Thor.
Oh, yes. Asgard.
Asgard
is not a place, it's a people. Yes, that's a good one. That's a
funny little bit in the podcast episode.
No, I like that. I like that.
So, I don't know. I don't think of, where our office is as necessarily a place, but it's just so spread out throughout West Campus and East Campus. Whenever I see someone from our community, it becomes like the Honors College to me, which is really, really nice. But if we're going to talk about the actual location, we have articles talking about how it's such a hidden gem. How many people out there actually know where we're located?
Facts.
One of you. So one of the 10 viewers or listeners to this thing. But, it's such a hidden gem. So I think I would describe it as that. And finding a hidden gem, it's special. And so every time that you get to the office, we hope that you are really cared for well. We have kind of a service philosophy in our office that is an acronym for CARE, which is choose joy, actively listen, resolve the issue, and exceed expectations. So man, if you're wanting your expectations to be blown away by visiting this hidden gem, it'll probably happen. But a lot of times folks have been coming post-COVID to our office to resolve challenges. But we hope that you're greeted with joy from myself, Rhonda, our staff team, but then also that you would see, I know Rhonda is one of the best active listeners that I know. And so we really, really hope that that CARE philosophy really resonates when you step into this office, this hidden gem of a space. But we hope that transcends the space because, like I said, Honors College isn't just a place, but it's also a people. And so that anyone in our Honors College community would be able to extend that care, whether a leader, or a student, or a staff member, faculty, that you would experience that.
Yeah. Well, that's a great transition into our next bit over here, kind of talking about the tangible resources that the office can offer. So thinking about the journey that an honors student may be going through, what are some of the reasons and places, what are some of the reasons that they would come to a place like this to offer help for themselves? And both Rhonda and Curtis, I think, have different roles in the office too. So you can kind of speak more personally to what you would be doing as well.
Yes. Well, one of the things you might begin to think about if you're towards the end of a semester is, oh my goodness, I have to create my portfolio and I have no ideas whatsoever. So you might come into the office and ask to look through some of the sample portfolios. That we have, and you can pull up a chair or sit on the floor. It doesn't matter. And that's a great resource. That's also the place you will turn in your portfolio if you're asked.
Good note.
You're wondering where it is.
Yeah.
A very common reason people come in is they're needing help with class scheduling.
Yeah.
So if you have that only one colloquy time slot that might work with your schedule, the office is the place to go, whether that's physically walking in or emailing us and letting us know your scheduling challenge. And we will do everything we can to solve that for you. You may also be needing some advising. Maybe you're thinking about which major you should be pursuing and whether that might fit with the honors major or maybe better with the honors humanities minor. And you need someone to just kind of talk to about that and walk through that. And the honors office is the place to go for that as well. So, that's just a few of the things you might do or find in the honors office. But whatever it is you come looking for, I think you can expect to find help and encouragement. We're all here to serve the honors community and help in any way that we can. And even if that means you need to find the classroom that your class, like a completely different class, not even an honors class, is someone in the office, if you come in, will try to give you directions or maybe even walk you there. So, we're here to help.
And in a lot of cases is which colloquy room is it going to? And don't come through the office. There's another alleyway entrance, like hallway entrance. Yeah. What about you, Curtis? Speaking more to the work that you end up doing here.
To keep it short, but also give a huge shout out as Taina laughs at me. It is Student Appreciation Week at the time of this recording, and what people can expect are just such gracious friends, virtuous friends like Taina, just an amazing staff team. Like, y'all, what you can expect is that this office is run by students, your peers, and they are remarkable. And so I want to just take a moment in this podcast to say every single one of our staff members, before, after, and even the present day to day, like I have been just so inspired by our team. And so what you can expect is, from our Honors College office, you'll be greeted by a remarkable student staff team that have your needs in mind and are available to represent you to our staff and faculty. And that makes up the beauty of this community. And that's, I think, something you can expect is you have an ear, you have a heart, and it is the student body through the staff.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate the honor. You both have kind of been in the Honors College where I would like to say a lot of changes has happened. Like even just thinking holistically, honors is what, 7 years old as a body, a college, right? And so just kind of thinking about that timeline for honors. What are some of the things that you've seen that students have created a need for, or that the Honors College office has become a place for that need? Just thinking about where it used to be just the honors program and is now a full college. How has the office kind of adapted to that time to help provide students with things that they may be doing just from the Honors College getting bigger or, getting a larger staff team, having different mentorship now positions, just thinking about the change that honors as a whole has gone through. What are some things that you think that students have now been able to become supported in through the office?
Oh, I would say definitely you mentioned the mentoring program. Yeah. I think that's a big one. We've gone through various iterations even of that program, trying to fine tune and find the best way to support our students. And that's something that has really been one of the missions of the Honors Office, kind of lived out that way. So that's first one that actually came to mind for me specifically.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think another thing is that the staff in the Honors Office bubble up student concerns to the faculty. And so that's a way, it's maybe not an official way or all,
but it works.
But I mean, it's definitely something as we start hearing questions from students or requests, or students might share with us if they're comfortable with it, we can kind of bubble that up to the faculty to say, hey, here's kind of what we're hearing. and maybe some suggestions for how to address that. And so there have been, I think a lot of little changes made along the way, right? Just from students sharing.
Yeah.
So,
I know we'll talk about resources later, so I'll kind of save some for that. But when I think about the changes from when I started and before, really our mission and heart has stayed the same, right? To educate the next generation of academically motivated, gifted scholars. But at the heart, I think there's an aspect of vision that I think is really important. It talks about how without vision, people perish. And so I think with that, when it comes to that particular verse, I think vision was really, really important for myself when I started. We entered COVID right when I started. And so we had to reinvent ourselves. And so we had a human-centered kind of design process to kind of reimagine the future of the Honors College. And that was informed by students, faculty, people from 4 years ago till now, today. And I think that has kind of helped us through a process of inspiration, through empathy conversations, defining challenges. And then we would ideate together. And through ideation, we would then prototype solutions, test them, and then really implement some really awesome opportunities through our mentoring program, our Dean's Cabinet. And shout out to both the Dean's Cabinet and the mentoring program. Without these leaders the last 4 years, we would not be where we are today. And so much has changed at APU. So much has changed at the Honors College. But man, we have been resilient and a shining beacon in our time. And so it's been really, really fun to be a part of.
And so I got two things on my mind right now, just kind of tying in earlier, Rhonda, you had mentioned that Dr. Weeks' office is just right here as well. Could you kind of just, so students can hear it, if Dr. Weeks was someone that they'd want to connect with, what does that process look like? Just since it is so accessible and his office is kind of just like right here.
Yes.
What does that look like?
So I manage Dr. Weeks' calendar.
Yeah.
So if you are wanting to set up a meeting with him, just reach out to me. You can do that either through our APU honors at apu.edu email or directly to me. You can find me as well. So Rhonda Roberts.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And just contact me and I'll help you get connected and set up a meeting.
Beautiful. And then, to the point that Curtis was talking about earlier, thinking about any tangible resources that you might want to bring forward to the table right now. This is the office that's been producing the podcast like this. We do a lot of engagement on social media, helping create some of those events, like even random some more stuff that we've got going on. So can you speak to that a little bit, Curtis, about some of those things that you think you want students to know about and highlighted that come from this office?
Yeah, and I think I invite you into those service and resources, because the fireside chat is a fireside chat without you, the student body. Our Dean's Cabinet is not the Dean's Cabinet without you representing the student body. And so to share some of those resources, I think it's, for me, important to kind of talk about why we do what we do and the culture that we've established. What we have as a resource are a body of student leaders. We have 60 plus student leaders across our Honors College community that make up our staff team, our Dean's Cabinet, our mentoring program. And so our staff team, they're the ones kind of running a lot of the day-to-day operations, where our Dean's Cabinet function as a liaison between the student body as well as the faculty, staff, and the dean of the Honors College. And then our mentoring program, our hope is that you would have a mentor when you enter into the university that is of the same sphere or domain of leadership that your vocational major is a part of, and that would also be connected with an alumni as well. And so we have that, and it goes into alumni engagement. But why do we do what we do? And that being the what is, we've created a culture with 4 C's. And it's connection, collaboration, conversations, and clarity. And I think that's the biggest resource that the office provides. We want to invite the entire Honors College community and AP community to be a part of this, to come alongside this culture of cultivating connection, collaboration through various partnerships or ideas, having hard conversations in our time. You have people come from a variety of different backgrounds. Let's engage and lean in to difficult conversations, and let's gain clarity in who we are. We're always, I hate to use the word iterating as a human being, but like, we're constantly changing, we're constantly learning, we're constantly developing. And after every single Honors College class, right? Or even just literally class today on Liberty by Mill. Yikes for some people. But like, man, there's a reinforcing happening in truth and values and understanding, but also difficulty with that. And we want to see our students together gain clarity in who they are. And as APU is starting to like to say more, whose we are as a child of God. And so we hope that the greatest resource will be us as a community that embodies these four values: connection, collaboration, conversations, and clarity.
Absolutely. And I mean, obviously, us at the Honors College here love some good alliteration. So you will be hearing those words in different leadership capacities as well. So kind of moving more to our close and more of like a heart of what the Honors College can offer its students. If you had one piece of advice that you would want to give an honors student who, you know, may be struggling with what it means to be a double major in a school like this, you know, what does it truly mean to be an honors student right now? Any kind of that energy, what piece of advice would you want to offer a student?
Yes. Well, I would say during your orientation, Dr. Weeks always encourages you to prioritize the Sabbath and just taking a time to rest every weekend where you're at least not doing your honors work, maybe not doing any homework. And it can seem like an impossibility when you're a double major, but I just want to say, having walked with students now for several years through the 4-year journey, those who learn to incorporate that into their lives definitely reap the benefit of that. I think in their journey toward kind of discovering, you know, who they are as a child of God and who they're meant to be. And I think also just in taking some of maybe giving ourselves grace.
Yeah.
I think is what it is. Giving ourselves grace to not be perfect, to not do all the things, but to actually take time to rest and be in the presence of God.
Yeah, I love that. What about you, Curtis?
That was so good. I kind of have more funny advice.
It's good. We need both. We need both.
Okay, so
we can laugh on the Sabbath.
They can pause it there. They can take their moment.
So good. I might even extend that pause as a podcast producer. You know, don't be a stranger. And the image that I have is walking down the hallway, and I look to the left and I can see all of the beautiful faces that we've captured at orientation. So my second piece of advice is take your picture, please. If you haven't taken a picture, take your picture, because your name, your face, your story, and your heart and your voice really, really matters to us.
Yes.
And when we get to walk down that hallway, look to the left and pause and pray over you and see you, it only reminds for Rhonda and I, and I'll speak for us and our staff team and faculty, that we are here because we love you.
Yes.
Right, Rhonda?
Yes.
Man, and don't be a stranger. We have the biggest degree program at Azusa Pacific University for all of undergrad and graduate students. It is, and Rhonda and I are the only full-time staff members overseeing all of that. And yes, we have amazing leaders and amazing student staff team. But when we get to know you, it is when you come and visit our office. It is when we get to look to the left down the hallway and see your face. We know your names. We know your stories. We want to see your face and we want to spend time with you. So please don't be a stranger. Show up to Shoestring Soiree. Show up to our Scholars event. Show up to an afternoon tea. Just stop by because you're bored somehow and are early to class. Sit with us. We care about you. Don't be a stranger. Don't be a cougar on the wall of that photo album situation. Like, please, we want to get to know you. We want to see you. So please stop this because we really, really love you. And we are just a part of the APU experience. But we're together with Azusa Pacific. And, you know, just to add a bit, Ty, like we hope that this resource podcast reminds you that we're just a part of the greater APU community of resources, SCRD, the Writing Center, the Counseling Center, Spiritual Life. But man, we're all in this together. And we hope that you're not a stranger to any of our offices because every staff member, faculty member here deeply cares about you. So know that you're seen. We want to see you. So let's spend some time together.
Well, what better way to close off a podcast about resources and community than talking about how valued each of our listeners and non-listeners are. So thank you both for speaking with us. It was a pleasure as always, and I will see you all on campus.
Curtis and Rhonda, always the most
Shout
lovely,
out. Snaps.
people. Being able to hear what they are passionate about, even Curtis talking about all these different events, and thinking about our time, Ty, as about to be seniors, thinking about the different events like Shoestring Soiree and Commencement, and how much of like highlights these are in our college experience. I'm just so excited about the encouragement for other students to get involved in those things, because they really are special and make our community very, very special.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the honors community, you mentioned this at the top as well, but the honors community is so like strong, which can seem like it's being overused for a certain extent. But I think that there's so many people who intentionally choose each other here, which just makes it so nice. And so speaking of our people, thank you so much to anyone and everyone who has been on the podcast before this season, to anyone in the future. Just thank you to everyone who took the time to talk and share stories and share resources and just kind of join together in this kind of virtual platform here. It means a lot coming from me, Abby, Curtis, Rhonda, the office, and all of our potentially many listeners, because apparently a lot of people talk about having listened to some random episodes.
Potentially global-wide international listeners.
We are wide-reaching, folks.
#1 podcast on Spotify.
Exactly. We shoot big. We shoot for the stars here in the Honors College. So thank you all so much for taking an inside look at a community dedicated to educating the next generation of disciples and scholars. We'll see you next time on Inside the Honors College.